I love when people try to bullshit me, you know. Okay, Lou DiBella. Your man Martinez is a middleweight. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s last fight was at, let's get this right, was at welterweight. He beat Victor Ortiz for his welterweight title at 147. No catchweight match, 147. Your man's last match against Darren Barker was at 160. I'm just remembering all this from memory. I'm not going on those sites to check boxing weights. Yeah? That's a stone and a pound more than Mayweather. So I'm figuring Martinez defends the title at the limit of 11 stone 6. It must be 11 stone 6. Is it 11 stone 6 or 11.5? I think it's 11.6. Yeah? And Andre Ward fights at 12 stone. That's a 4-pound difference. And you're saying that you are not going to match Martinez with Ward because Ward is too big. He walks around at such and such weight. You can't make that match. But yet you're always calling out Mayweather, always calling out Cotto, always calling out Pacquiao. I remember Cotto winning titles at light welter and at welter and at junior middle. So you're saying to me, he can fight at free weights at top level and win titles, but your man can't. But yet you're pushing him as this genius, pound for pound contender. But he never moves up no weight to fight nobody. Andre Ward is too big. Floyd Mayweather started as super featherweight. How much weight does that cover? That's about 6 weights he's covered and won titles. I mean, Manny Pacquiao, from flyweight to lightweight, covered a lot of weights himself. Got to give him credit for that, no doubt. I don't like his forays at welterweight and light middle, where he's been emancipating his opponents and making catchweight title bouts, which really isn't in the sporting ethos of boxing. But apart from that, he's legitimately moved up the weights and did that. And, you know, got to give him his pound for pound props for that. This is how stupid Lou DiBella's argument is. Let's say, for instance, that Vitaly Klitschko says, yo, I could knock Sergio Martinez out at 160. No trouble at all. Why would Sergio fret about that? Vitaly has to lose 60, 70 pounds to make the fight happen. So if he weighs, I don't know, 220, 230 now, that has no consequence at all if he's walking around at 220. He has to lose it all. So that weight advantage is gone. In fact, Martinez will have the advantage because Vitaly will surely be hugely weight drained, fitting his 6'7" frame to meet the 11 stone 6 pound limit. I mean, DiBella's talking like he has to fight Ward at 13 stone or 14 stone or something. No, you don't. No, you don't. So that is a ridiculous. Why don't you just come out and say the truth? Sergio has no chance against Andre. I'm not making the match. Why don't you just come out and say the truth? Instead of trying to sell me that Matthew Macklin is the best middleweight available. What's that based on? Drawing with a substandard C-list champion named Felix Stern. Come on, dog. Not buying that. Hopkins started at middleweight. He's won titles up to light heavyweight. Free weight champion. Come on, man. Roy Jones started at light middleweight. He won titles from middleweight all the way up to heavyweight. Felix Trinidad. Welterweight all the way through to middleweight. I think he won titles at middleweight before Hopkins knocked him out in that middleweight tournament. That's what the great fighters do. You know, if Sergio is so great, put your name in the hat for Andre Ward and Butte, Tavares Cloud, Hopkins, Chad Dawson. Go for it, dog. And let's get a few things straight. You don't have to move up the weights to be a great fighter. That's not a requirement. Like I remember back in the day, you had stupid reporters saying, why doesn't Marvin Hagler move up from middleweight and challenge Michael Spinks, a light heavyweight? Well, here's why. Marvin is a dedicated athlete. He trains, he makes his weight. He doesn't have to move nowhere. That's not a requirement of a boxer. And he's still the greatest middleweight in my opinion. And probably my favorite fighter of all time is Marvin Hagler. He never moved up no weights. You know what I mean? He was undisputed middleweight champion. He didn't need to move up no weights. Sugar Ray Robinson only fought at 2 weights, welterweight and middle. Well, he did challenge for the light heavyweight title, actually, and he lost. But he's just a 2-weight champion. He's viewed by many as pound for pound the best fighter ever. Obviously, I'm going to exclude heavyweights out of this list because they don't normally move down. The great heavyweights are normally just great heavyweights, you know? And furthermore, in the unwritten ethics of boxing, the bigger man doesn't challenge the smaller man. It should be the other way around. Imagine if Bernard Hopkins said, I want to fight Donito Diner or something like that. We'd say, Bernard, you're a bully, man. But if Diner said, yo, I can beat this guy, I can beat Hopkins, we'd be interested to at least hear why he thinks so. And he'd be allowed to challenge because he's challenging. It's not Bernard. Bernard would take the payday and knock him out. But it doesn't work the other way. If Cotto, Pacquiao, or Mayweather chooses to challenge Martinez, then yeah, get it on. You're entitled to take that payday, and so you should. But until then, stop calling out smaller fighters, man. What's going on with that? Like, there's a possible matchup between Brandon Rios and Gamboa. Gamboa is a featherweight champion. Rios is a lightweight champion. But I'm betting you more than likely it wasn't Rios who asked for that match. It was Gamboa who wanted to test himself, who probably told his people, get me this match. He sees flaws, and there are flaws in Brandon's technique, which he feels he can exploit, and it will be a good fight. That will be a very good fight. Now, Sergio, if you don't want to move up, that's fair enough, don't move up. But you could always call out a Peter Quillen. Fair enough, Chavez Jr. don't want it. You could call out a Kirkland. What about Pirog? I've never heard you call Pirog out. Call Pirog. He's got a belt. And I know I bash Martinez a lot, but for someone who's supposed to be a pound-for-pound contender, who people are saying they rate higher than Floyd, you've done really little to gain such props. And is Sergio gifted? Yeah. Very fast hands. He's got that hands-down style, which he manages to lure his opponents into counters. He has very fast hands. His cardiovascular is very good, sort of on a Joe Calzaghe level. So that's impressive. But that's more the reason why he needs to test himself, isn't it? So I'm going to wrap this one up and say peace out. Boxing beats and rhymes.